Dr. Shadi, Dr. Shadi, the mic is yours. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening in Saudi time. How are you? How is everything? This is Shadi. I'm from Jordan. I'm working at BSAU, Prince Sattam Abdulaziz University. My presentation today is about comparative study of AI and human translations. I'm gonna to focus on the Grecian maxims and cultural sensitivity in translations. The research questions, I have two main research questions. First question is, how do AI translation and human translation compare in terms of adherence of Grice maxims? As we know, it's related to the quantity, quality, and relation and manners. The second question will focus on how do AI translation and human translation compare in terms of culture and contextual appropriateness. In this research paper, we will focus on the theoretical framework, which are the first one, Grecian maxims. I think I already shared my present slides, isn't it?
Yes, yes, Dr. Shadi, we can see everything. Yes.
Okay. The first one, the first framework will be used to assess the extent to which AI and human translation follow the cooperative principles, which include maxims of quantity, quality, relation, and manner. The evaluation will measure whether the translation provide appropriate information, avoid misleading content, maintain relevance, and communicate clearly. The second thing, or the second theoretical framework, which is cultural sensitivity and contextual appropriateness. This framework will assess how to well both AI and human translation handle culture, uh, idiomatic expressions, social norms, and appropriate tone in the target language. So, in this one will comes under the pragmatics factor, such as politeness and indirectness. Methodology, we will focus in the translation of, for example, Nizar Qutbani poems. We will ask some students to translate some of their poem, comparing between, for example, students, AI translation, and we, for example, will take the third part to compare between three parts in order to focus on the appropriate and cultural sensitivity. Translation evaluation, both AI generated translation and human translation will be assessed, and we will evaluate according to the Grecian maxims, depending on the Likert scale from 1 to 5. If there is evaluate adherence to each of the four maxims, quality and quantity, as we already mentioned. And number two, we will focus on the cultural sensitivity and contextual appropriateness. If there is considering the target audience norms, for example, the appropriate formal or informal tone. Now, the data analysis will focus on for both. It will be mixed, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative will be using statistical technique, comparing the adherence to Grecian maxims and cultural appropriateness in both translation types, as we said, between the students and the human being, let's say, and AI. Qualitative, we will assess the translations such as idiomatic expressions, cultural misinterpretation, and itself. In this study, we will expect some contribution in the scientific research. This will contributing, focusing on the understanding how AI human translator handle pragmatic aspects. As we said, we'll focus the under the umbrella of pragmatics and the cultural context in translation. Also, this study will explore AI limitation and strength in adhering of the Grecian maxims and ensuring cultural appropriateness compared to the human translation. So, it will provide at the end insight into how AI can, or to what extent, let's say, and to what extent AI can be improved to better serve the needs of cross-cultural communication. So localization, international communication. So the Grecian as we know now, the translation plays a vital role in global communication. So ensuring both linguistic accuracy and cultural appropriateness remain a challenge in the translation or using with the AI. So with the rise of artificial intelligence, AI translation tools such as, for example, Google Translation or let's say ChatGPT, for example, nowadays because it's popular, there is a growing interest in evaluating their effectiveness compared to the human translators. Yes. While AI models excel in the speed and literal translations, concern persists regarding the ability to adhere pragmatic principle as our focus will focus on the Grice Maxims, which to capture cultural and essential of effectiveness between the cultural differences and communications. So this study will examine how AI, human translation compare in terms, as we said, in the cultural sensitivity and the Grecian maxims. So the research, the main research problem here, despite the advancement in the AI translations, questions remain about its ability to handle pragmatic and cultural dimensions effectively. So a foundation framework here in pragmatics emphasize a cooperative communication by ensuring that messages are informative, truthful, relevant, and clear. However, AI model, may struggle with maintaining this principle due to their reliance on the pattern recognition than contextual understanding. Furthermore, cultural sensitivity is essential in translation, particularly in high context language where indirectness, politeness strategies, and idiomatic expressions play a crucial role. AI translation tools may produce grammatically correct output, but fail to capture cultural differences. As we know, what is considered in one culture polite may be considered as impolite in another culture, for example. Human translator, by contrast, possesses cultural awareness that allows them to adapt language use appropriately. This study investigate to what extent of these differences and their implications for translation quality. So the main research gap here in this study, as we know that while existing studies have focused on lexical and syntactic accuracy in AI translation, there are few studies have explored pragmatic effectiveness and cultural adaptation. Research on Gricean maxims has primarily examined human discourse with a limited application on high human translation comparison. Similar studies on cultural sensitivity in translation often rely on qualitative analysis lacking systematic empirical evaluation. So this study will address the gaps by applying the Grecian maxims, as we said, this is a systematic framework comparing between AI and human translation. Number two, we will also assessing cultural sensitivity empirically, focusing on, for example, idiomatic expressions, politeness, contextual appropriateness. So by the end, we'll be providing a structural comparative analysis between the strength and limitation between in both approaches. So the expected outcomes here in the study that AI and human translation differ in adherence to Grecian maxims. AI translation may violate maxims quantity by providing too much or too little information due to the rigid algorithm processing. AI may struggle with maxim of relation because it lead to the literal but contextual irrelevant translation. Human translator uh, Human translators tend to adjust meaning dynamically for clarity, coherence, and relevance. So the impact will be highlights the need of pragmatic um, enforcement in the AI model to improve their communicative effectiveness. So the AI translation show limitation in cultural sensitivity. So AI often fail to interpret idiomatic proverbs, humor, indirect speech, resulting in culturally appropriate or unnatural translation. So the hybrid approaches may offer the best solution of a human translation and the human AI collaborative model that by the end, maybe, for example, in the future, we will make another study that focus, for example, to bring someone else from AI departments to make, for example, a model that provide AI with a specific, for example, cultural expressions which may differ from another culture to another to improve the AI. So the conclusion of this study, this study challenges the assumption that AI can fully replace human translator in all contexts. While AI provides efficiency, it still lacks pragmatics and cultural competence. Understanding this gap is crucial, as we said, for optimizing AI real-world applications and advocating for human AI collaborative rather than full automation in translation. So further research should also explore how AI models can be further refined to better capture pragmatics culture aspect in multilingual communication. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shadi. Thank you. I think you can be in connection with Dr. Rafat because I think you have the same expertise.
Both
Uh,
in the pragmatics.
yeah, on the same boat. Both of you are on the same boat. So now we still have good timing. So we have 5 to 6 minutes. If you have any question to Dr. Shadi, feel free to go ahead and ask him. Anyone has any intervention to Dr. Shadi?
Hello.
Yeah, Dr. Doreen, the mic is yours.
Yes, thank you. Because no electricity now in Lebanon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Okay.
Candle is better, I think.
Thank you, doctor, for this very nice presentation. Do you think that modern poetry is more translatable than ancient poetry?
Again, please.
Do you think that modern poetry is more translatable than ancient poetry? In Arabic, we talk, yes.
I think
Yes.
there is now electricity, mashallah.
Yes.
And I think yani, comparing between the ancient poetry with the new one, I think there is a big gap. Yani, no AI, no human being can translate
Yes.
the ancient poetry because even because the like masterpiece of poetry, no one can, for example, translate what the Amr al-Qais, for example, he in his
Yes.
mind. Comparing with the new one, I think, well, it's easier. Not only AI, and
Easier
sometimes
than,
with the.
yes.
So I think
Yes,
it's
of
very easy.
course.
But
Yes.
I am I must my interest in mathematics. So this will be a handle or connect between translation and pragmatics, because
Of
the
course.
few of the studies will focus on this. I think in this branch. Hopefully, we'll inshallah later on we'll work with Dr. Nabil also in the translation because I know he is, mashallah, alam in translation.
Thank you
Because
very
we
much.
have الشعر العمودي الكلاسيكي. الشعر العمودي الكلاسيكي الذي يحافظ على وحدة الوزن والقافية والروي. ليس من السهل أن نترجم هذا النوع من الشعر. هذا ما أعتقد. أما الشعر الحديث فهو أسهل على الترجمة.
That's what I
شكرا.
say. Well,
نعم.
Doctor, I hope inshallah يعني if you there is a chance inshallah يعني to collaborate in a paper inshallah يعني to connect between Arabic and English, and I'm ready يعني to work in an English field and you provide us with your mashallah experience in this field.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Shadi. Thank you, Dr. Doreen. Anyone has any other question? Do you have any questions to Dr. Shadi or any or to comment on Dr. Doreen's intervention? If not, we move to the next presenter if he or she is with us.